everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Do With podcast. Today, we are talking about kissing, keeping it super simple. Something that I've noticed over the years of doing WIT, both when I was a school teacher and running the nonprofit and doing this podcast and doing my coaching company, is that a lot of times people, whether it's even adults or young people, young entrepreneurs, when they come to me with a business idea or they want to discuss concept, they have made it so complicated and they think that that's actually impressive that it's so complicated, when really the magic is in the simplicity. I wrote a Today Show blog this week on the power of keeping it simple. And I thought I would dive in a little bit deeper on the podcast about it and also give some shout outs and recognition to some young entrepreneurs whose companies have come across my laptop, which is right down here. So I'll be referring to it, and some of their business ideas. And in hopes that if you are thinking about launching something, or you're wrestling with the next best direction to go with your business, that you remember that the magic is in the simplicity and in a well executed idea. One of the reasons why I believe so much in keeping a concept and a business idea very simple is that when it's simple, it's easy for people to get it. You don't have to talk about your concept for 5 minutes in order for them to get on board with it. When they can grasp it quickly, then they can support you quickly. When it comes to WIT, whatever it takes, if I'm talking about the nonprofit part of the company, I simply say we're an organization that helps young people become entrepreneurs and leaders. That's it. That's what we do. Now, they might ask me, how do you do that? And then I can dive deeper into it. But in just that one sentence, someone's either going to resonate with what we do here at WIT and want to learn more about it, or they're going to say, oh, that's cool. That's interesting. Like, wish you the best on that, whatever. So not everyone's going to fall in love with your concept, but at least you can get it out really quickly. I challenge the people that I work with in my coaching company to be able to talk about their business idea in 2 sentences or less in order to get people excited and on board. The other thing that I think is really valuable in simplicity is that you execute faster. So let's take, for example, one of the companies that I talked about in the blog, Lunchline Candles. This young girl entrepreneur, she is launching a candle line. This candle line is going to support some of the profits are going to support paying off school lunch debt, something that she cares a lot about. And she doesn't have the whole thing figured out yet. She's still sorting out where everything's going to get developed, how she's going to get the product out, but she started. And the thing about starting is that then you get to see where the holes are a lot faster. A lot of times people sit back and wait till things are perfect, but it's never perfect. It never will be perfect. And there's beauty in that. And when we can execute on an idea, we can see if it resonates with people. We can figure out who it resonates with, and then we can dive deeper into that customer base and meet their needs even better. If we are not out to market and we're not out there selling and we're sitting back, we're just guessing if people are going to like our product or not. There have been plenty of times. I mean, this is an example of a failure, but that's okay. I remember I had an idea for a virtual class for WIT, and I just wanted to get it out there. And I did, though, my ego really thought that it was going to land and that we might even sell out in the first day that it went live. That is not what happened. It was actually crickets, and it just didn't work. It just didn't land with our customer base. And okay, took it offline. I hadn't put too much time into it. I'd put enough into it that I felt the sting of it not working, but I wasn't deterred. It just allowed me to pivot and then go back and figure out a concept that might work better. And ultimately we came down to was creating a class that was a financial literacy class for young people. And it was very straightforward a financial literacy class, nothing else surrounding it. And that is what one of the programs that we offer today. But if I had waited and sat on that for a long time, or maybe even put more resources, time, money into it, I don't think it would have been any better, and the audience still wouldn't have wanted what we were putting together. So there is something really great about a simple idea that you put out into the world and you see if it sticks, and if it doesn't, you can pivot faster. I want to give some shout outs to a few companies that have come my way that I'm still learning about, but I will tell you grabbed my attention pretty fast because of how simple the ideas were. I want to recognize a young entrepreneur, Emmy Williams. She has a company called Oliver Pet Boutique. And of course, I'll link it and share it with you in this podcast so you can go check it out yourself. Simple concept. She's asking people to donate their old denim, like denim jeans, and she turns those into dog toys. It's pretty simple concept. Denim into dog toys. And I want to say that she does these, they're upcycled pet products. And so she's reducing the amount of textile waste by recycling these clothes into pet products. And it's a simple concept. I can get behind that. I can visualize it. I can see it. I can also, as somebody who loves to invest both time and money into other people's businesses, I could see how I could help her. And I have ideas of how I could help promote the concept. So simple idea. I think she's executing it in a pretty simple way. Maybe we'll have her on the podcast and she can tell us how she's doing with it and how we might be able to help her. But love that. Really did like that idea. Maybe you'll like it too. You can go check it out. Another one that I liked, let me find it real quick. It's down here. Okay. This one, Lakin Griffin. She is creating a company she has a company where she makes beaded bracelets. Okay. When you buy one of her bracelets, money goes towards creating packets, like art supplies, bracelet packets for children who are in the hospital, for something for them to do to bring them joy. That's almost like a bracelet for a packet of art supplies for these children in the hospital, giving them something to do, bringing them some joy. Simple concept. Now, I know because I have connected with this young entrepreneur. She's still figuring out best places to sell her product and building that customer base. But in terms of being able to talk about what she's doing, it's a pretty simple concept. Beaded bracelets that you can wear result in a beaded bracelet packet that you can donate to a child in the hospital to give them something to do and to give them some hope and a different way to spend their time during what would probably be a very hard time. They can make something beautiful that they get to wear or share with somebody else. And when you're wearing that bracelet, you have your bracelet that is supporting purchasing those art supplies, that packet. You feel good too, because there is a why behind the bracelet that you're wearing, and you get to tell people that story, and that always feels good to wear something on your body that has a wonderful meaning behind it and a purpose behind it and a why behind it. So congrats to Lakin. I know she's still sorting that idea out, but I saw it, interested in it, and looking forward to finding ways to help her. Of course, like I said, I might be able to bring them on the podcast, these young entrepreneurs, and you can hear how they're executing their simple ideas. They do not have to be complicated to make an impact or make money. Okay. I also saw here, we're going to keep going because I wanted to make sure that I saw this. Oh, I've also got a teen, Julia Howe, that has a podcast, and she got really clear on who she wants to listen, who the audience is. She created a podcast for teen girl athletes. That's it. That is the market. That's who she wants to listen to the podcast. And the name of the podcast is Hitting the Wall. And she has been building this audience and following because she got really clear on who her audience is, and she zeroed in on them and is providing them content that connects to them. And therefore, the people that are listening feel valued and heard because they have content that's built directly for them. And then Julia gets to go out and get sponsors and partners that want to be connected to this audience of young female athletes. I'll link her podcast so you can check it out. Love it. Simple. It's not a podcast for everyone. Honestly, I think I might have said this in a previous podcast. If part of your pitch to anybody about your business is that it is for everyone, you are not clear yet on your business. Because even WIT, the nonprofit that we have that provides entrepreneur education, it's not for everybody. It's not. My coaching company, 360 Self, it's not for everybody. And all of that is okay. Julia's podcast is not for everybody. It's not going to resonate with everybody. And that's okay. That's actually great because she knows exactly who she wants to appeal to, and she can target them and support them and help them with the guests that she brings on her podcast and the content that she puts out on her social media. So you're not for everybody, and that is okay. Even personally, if you think about it in terms of how you live your life, not everyone's going to like you. That's okay. You're not for everybody, but you get to be for what you stand for, and you will attract like-minded people who have shared values. So just like you build your friend group that way, you can build your business that way. I'll leave it there. And then I'll show you their projects so that you can go follow them on their social media. And I just encourage you to, wherever you are in your entrepreneur journey, if you're just getting started or you're feeling stuck, let's really dial into what is like the most simple next step you can take, or how can you simplify your action plan or your concept. I remember when I first pitched WIT over 15 years ago, I think I would make things like really complicated and long-winded in my description of the program because I thought it made me sound more business-like or something. I don't know, but I do remember feeling a little insecure. And so I would really make the description of the program very wordy and use lots of big words or something. Now, that is not the approach that we take here. And it is not the approach that I encourage you to take. Never underestimate the value of and the impact of a simple concept executed well. All right, wherever this finds you, I hope it finds you doing whatever it takes, making it a great day. And remember, if you're not having a great day right now, it's not too late to turn it around. Great ways you can turn it around is by doing an act of service for somebody else, an act of covering, an act of kindness. Also, you can turn a day around by actually doing one of the things that you keep saying you're going to do. Keeping your word to yourself is a great way to build self-confidence, self-value, and self-worth. So go take action, go do WIT. Until next time, keep doing whatever it takes. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Do WIT podcast. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment with your takeaways. And if you want to join WIT, you can check out our summer classes at doingwit.org, and maybe we'll see you on the podcast and in our classes. Keep doing WIT.